Well, it's Uncommon Fossil. Today, taking a look at Oinkologne EX, what is in theory a tanky Pokemon. I'm not sure at 260 HP how tanky it will be. Sometimes it holds up, but the HP is not quite what you'd like it to be. We do have some things to make it a little stronger. And the attacks in the Pokemon are solid. So Oinkologne EX is Stage 1, 260 HP, gives up 2 prizes. A lot of times you'll use the first attack, Maddening Scent, for 1 energy, 1 colorless energy. It does 10 damage plus 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So a full bench, that's 5 times 3, 150 plus 10. So it does 160 with a full bench. So not bad. So the damage numbers aren't bad there. And usually they have multiple Pokemon on the bench. So you're doing a decent amount of damage. And then it does have Heavy Stomp for 3 colorless energy, does 210. And then you flip a coin. If tails during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. So that part's not great. So you usually want to do Maddening Scent until you can get a meaningful knockout with Heavy Stomp with it. And then we want to be doing some healing with it. Now, we want to be tanky, so therefore I do include 1 copy of Dunsparce. This, I think, is a must-include for the deck. Its ability, the colorless Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents, have no weakness. You just can't let Oinkologne get 1 shot or you will lose. And then for an engine, Oinkologne is a Stage 1, so we play 4 Lechonk, which it evolves from. We don't want to attack with it. It's just there to evolve from. 1 Skwovet, and then a 2/2 Bibarel, right? Skwovet, once during your turn, you may shuffle your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck. If you put any cards on the bottom of your deck, that way you draw 1 card. So it gets down to you play the cards in hand you want, you use Skwovet, get rid of your hand, and then you use Bibarel with its Industrious Incisors ability. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 5 cards in hand. So you play your cards you want, get rid of them with Skwovet, draws 1, and then you draw 4 more cards with Bibarel, 5 if we're even able to play the card we got with Skwovet. So not a bad engine there. We play 10 energy, colorless special energy because it is colorless attacker. 4 V-Guard energy because we want to get the damage down, so V-Guard energy is a natural 4, especially with the first attack. 4 DTE, that helps us utilize the second attack. It reduces the damage by 20, but still well worthwhile. And then 2 Lucky Energy, this is kind of the energy that you fluctuate how many you want in the deck. It provides 1 colorless energy, and then if it's damaged from an attack, you draw a card. So it just helps you draw some cards, help keeping you set up with the deck. So in terms of the trainers, 2 Pokégear. Search your deck for look at the top 7 cards. Sorry, not search, but look at the top 7 cards. You may put a supporter card from that into your hand. So useful. 2 Cheryl, right? You heal all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon. You discard the energy for each Pokemon healed that way. So Oinkologne want to keep it from getting knocked out. So heal all damage, quite useful there. 2 Boss's Order, just like that to help control what we're hitting into. 3 Escape Rope, that's the switching card because we do need some switching. You could play Switch or some mix of Switch and Rope, but I'm just going with the 3 Rope. I think that has worked pretty well. 4 Judge, because we want to survive. It's a long game, so some disruption is important. Along with that disruption, we do play Pass to the Peak, which stops Vs and EXs with abilities, stops the abilities from working, so that's very important to disrupt, slow down our opponent. 2 Pal Pad to recover supporters. Each Pal Pad recovers up to 2 supporters, puts them into our deck. 4 Nest Ball to get our Pokemon into play. 3 Colress Experiment, just a good way to set up. Look at the top 5 cards. I'm sure you're familiar with this of your deck. Put 3 of them in your hand, 2 in the lost zone. So look at top 5, get 3 in hand, useful. We get to play full face guard with this. This is because our Pokemon doesn't have any abilities. If the Pokemon this card is attached to, it's a tool, has no abilities, it takes 20 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. So it's quite nice. We take 20 less damage per turn. It's better than adding 20 HP because it repeats turn after turn. 4 Cheren's Care, very good card in this deck, right? You put one of your colorless Pokemon that has damage counters into your hand. So if we have an Oinkologne in the bench and one of the active one's damaged, we scoop up the active one and promote the one from the bench. Or also, if you just have the Lechonk on the bench, you slide it into the active and then you evolve it with the Oinkologne that you recovered with the Cheryl. The energy goes in hand also, so quite nice. And 4 Ultra Ball just to help get set up. So a pretty straightforward set of cards. Let's take a look at the deck in action. Like I said, the question I have with the deck is, 260 HP tanky enough, right? It's got potential, but will it work consistently? Hopefully you get a match soon. You do have the music to listen to, so hopefully you're enjoying that. I don't know if the sound level's appropriate or not. Let me know. So we get the black screen, then we come back in. I think the black screen kind of just helps things reset and avoids issues. So opponent won the coin toss. They decide who goes first. I would like to go first as an evolution deck. Most decks do, so I'll probably go second. Yep, I go second, so that's okay. Not preferred, but let's see what we can do with it. So we will start Dunsparce. We don't have a choice there. Hopefully, going second, I can play Colress Experiment. I can attach a Lucky Energy. Not terrible. Excuse me. Getting a little phlegmy there. Let me have a little drink. All right. My rank is quite low on the rank ladder. Been messing around with a number of decks and just not making a lot of progress. My rank had moved up some, and then I managed to move the rank back down. I really did enjoy that. The Claydol Ditto box. Working around on builds of that certainly has not helped my rank, and done some other things too. So up against an Arceus deck, I'll hold on to the Pokégear. I was trying to think that I want to play that, but I think this is the... All right, so Path, Energy, and yeah, a Nest Ball. Those are the cards I want. So... Nest Ball. I guess I'll get an Oinkologne down because I made a Lechonk because I want to get Oinkologne down next turn. Drop that down. I'll play Lucky Energy at this point. They may play Rope, and then I'm in a lot of trouble. But anyway, I could have got a Bidoof, but then which would let me get Bibarel next turn, but then I can't get Oinkologne until the turn after, so I need to get to attacking. Playing Path obviously shuts down Arceus's V-Star power, so that's important with this matchup. We'll see what happens here. So what did I lost zone again? Cheren's Care, which is a card I like. I may regret that, but I play 4 of them, so that's okay there. I kind of looked at, there are Oinkologne decks out there. I took a look at what was out there. All right, so they're not going to attack this turn, so that's good. I can knock out. No, I will not knock out their V, right? So which research is this? Professor Willow. Okay. Didn't recognize the art. A special promo. Okay. Let's see. Do I get knockout now? So now I will knock out the Bidoof. Hooray. Not really the most exciting thing in the world, but not terrible. The Cheryl's a good card, but I think I need to play Judge on my turn. I need to see some fresh cards, right? I think before I Judge, though, I'll have to attach the V-Guard Energy to the Dunsparce. All right. Okay, well, so they're going to attack by accelerating energy, so that's not bad. Well, it could be bad, right? Giratina V-Star could knock me out next turn. This is where the 260 HP Giratina V-Star does 280, so it's going to be dicey. Now, they do lost zone their energies, so hopefully they have to be real aggressive to get going through their card, tossing lots of energies. That's really what I need to have happen here. Oinkologne, V-Guard. I still get one shot, though, so I don't love that, but I think I will attach to the active. I'm not sure. It's not ideal, for sure. All right, well, that's useful. I could have attached the Lechonk. If I don't get knocked out, though, then I can attack for 3 energy next turn, right? And then I can attach again next turn. So that might have been a mistake, right? Certainly, with these cards in hand, it was a mistake, because I could attach DTE next turn for it. But getting the Bidoof and Lechonk down as a result of the Judge was definitely positive. We'll see what happens. Can they evolve? If they evolve, they knock out my active Pokemon. I don't like that, right? I do 100, right? I'll do 130, it appears. And I would take the knockout next turn. So that's good. I could utilize Oinkologne's second attack next turn also. If they do evolve, right? If they don't evolve, I have knockout. If they do evolve, I could use heavy stomp. All right, they're filling up their bench. So that's nice too. All right, so they're going to accelerate to the other Giratina this turn. I imagine they're not taking the knockout. So I'm going to take 2 prizes. They probably will take 2 prizes off my Oinkologne next turn. I mean, yeah, probably knock out my Oinkologne next turn. They just need to evolve, right? If they get a Bidoof down, a Bibarel, then they can draw cards next turn. So things are starting to set up for them. Okay, getting a DTD on an Arceus too. That's also quite nice. So they could retreat, evolve into Giratina, and knock me out. I assume they don't have that because I think they would have done that by now. But you're not right. So as expect, they're going to accelerate 3 energy to the Giratina V on the bench. I assume so anyway, right? I don't know that. We will see what they do. I don't know the energy count for the deck, so let's see how many they get down. So just 1 basic energy, so that's nice. They're out of grass energies in the deck, I have to assume. So I one-shot them here. I will attach the V-Guard to the Lechonk on the bench. The Giratina V does do 280 damage. There's not much I can do about the risk of being one-shot next turn. Hopefully, I need to get some cards, right? I do have the barrel down. I could get a Skwovet. I would like another supporter other than the ones I have here, though, right? So that's not the card I want to see promoted. All right, so they have a grass. Oh, they had a grass energy in hand. Okay. So they're but they're not going to knock out my active. Well, that is nice, right? They're doing this because they can. Their shred attack will knock out my Lechonk, but they didn't have what they needed to knock out the Oinkologne, so that's good. They get a prize, right? So that gets them a card, and they draw next turn also. Let's see what I get. Oh, that's a good card. I need to get things going here, right? So Lechonk, I need you. Do I need a DTE? Probably not. Do I need a rope? Let me think here. I think I want rope. I think I can get rid of the Colress, right? There's out 1. All right, I'm going to get another Lechonk, I guess. I'll get rid of the DTE. I think I'm okay there. And I will take a Skwovet onto the bench, right? And, okay, I can... What do I want to do here? I want to... I want to attach to the bench, I think, right? I'm not going to get the knockout. No reason to do the big attack here. I don't know if I want to Skwovet, though, either. That's a pretty big risk, too, isn't it? Right, I'm going to attach DTE here because I can attach the Lucky Energy to my active next turn if need be, right? So I'll just do this. Hit for 130. I can finish them off next turn, hopefully. I could have used Skwovet. The problem is I might get myself into a worse position with Skwovet next turn because right now I can attach Lucky Energy onto Lechonk, and then I need to get into an Oinkologne. So I figure that's the better play. Okay, I didn't love that hand, so Judge may actually help me. Obviously, it may help them too. So I can get a Bibarel. I could also get an Oinkologne. We'll see what they do here. I guess they don't have the V-Star, right? V-Star is what they want here. Oh, they do have V-Star, so I don't know why they're taking so long. They want a V-Star and just smack out my Oinkologne. The problem is I don't know that I can knock them out next turn. Right now, it's not guaranteed, right? I can get my Oinkologne I could get a Bibarel, but then I might not get the Oinkologne, and that's probably too big of a risk. I think I've got to get the Oinkologne. I'd probably play Pokégear first. I could get the Oinkologne before the Pokégear and thin the deck a little bit, increase the odds of hitting a supporter I want. The question is, all right, so that path is in play though, so they can't use the V-Star power. So do they have Giratina in hand, or did they forget the path was in play? Well, that's not good for them, right? I like that. That's quite bad for them. So potentially, oh, so Cheren's Care. That is quite nice, right? Quite nice. So I will. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this and this. I'm gonna grab a Bibarel because that. All right, that Cheren's Care was a lovely card to get, right? Lovely. So, Cheren's Care. Send you up. Put you down. All right, I'll bench you too. Why not? I have Knockout here, so I'll put a V-Guard on my Lechonk, because again, they could knock me out next turn. I still run that risk, right? I'll see a fresh set of cards. Nest Ball doesn't help. Can't play it either. All right, Judge Path. Okay, not terrible. So boom, what that does 110, I believe. So since if they had the V max down, then I would have had to use. Well, first they would have knocked me out. They would have changed things a lot, right? But then I would have had to use the big attack. Full Face Guard's a nice card. Full Face Guard and V-Guard Energy means they don't one-shot me, so that's a huge card there. All right, see what happens here, right? They set up the Arceus. DTE, so they're going to hit into me, I guess. Not accelerate. Well, they probably don't have the basic energies, right? They're not in a great spot. This game has gone quite nicely for me. They needed to evolve to keep me from winning. So I'll just hit into them. I have the DTE. I do 20 less for that. If I'm fortunate, I will get a Cheryl, or even better, a Cheren's Care. That would be quite lovely, but we'll see what happens. Last time I top decked a very nice card. We'll see. I'm certainly not out of it for sure. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. See what I get here. So Cheren's Care, they may concede with this because this is exactly what I wanted, right? Send you down, send you up, play you down. Right now my damage is 100. That's good enough, really. There, now I don't get knocked out, so that's quite nice too. I could sit on this. This isn't a terrible hand, right? What do I do here? I'm gonna get another Oinkologne. Thin my hand some too, right? Let's take a look at what the boss situation is, right? Because I want boss, Cheryl. Those are great cards. Boss. I may be boss for game next turn, right? So, so the hand's solid, I think. I'm going to Bibarel. I'm not going to Skwovet this turn because I kind of like these cards. But just, okay. Oh, that's good. I'm liking this. So I will play this full face guard too. I might lose one. They could always get rid of it with a tool. 100. I have DTE, which then can get me up to the 210 damage or 190 damage. Sorry, but 190 is enough to finish off Arceus. So that's good, right? I need boss to make that happen, possibly. Imagine they're going to retreat, even if they can't, right? Even obviously they want to attack with Giratina. Giratina V does not knock me out, so now I'm actually Tanky in this matchup, right? So Giratina V does not knock out my Oinkologne EX. So that's tremendous. I got rid of it, so I'm not going to win. Well, no, I can still win boss next turn because they played down the Arceus V this turn, right? So I can one-shot the Arceus V. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. They're going to hit into me, I guess. Right now they can't even damage me. They need an energy, which they've been struggling a lot. All right, so they have, okay, wow, all right. They can, so what are they going to do here? So they're going to dig, wow. So Judge still gets, no, I don't win. I apologize. So no, they healed off the Arceus. I don't have game this turn. So I don't want to bet Judge. Maybe I do Judge, right? They're going to get 2 cards in hand, so I might Judge them, actually, right? It might improve my odds. I got to think about that, right? So what do I want to do here? My damage level is 130. It's not bad. I kind of... Maybe I will... I kind of like the DTEs. I'm not going to Judge. I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit on this hand. All right, Lucky Energy. I think I have enough outs to make this happen, right? They actually can't one-shot me now. The nice thing, the Oinkologne being an EX, Choice Belt only works against Vs. They might play that. They finally got a Bibarel into hand in play. They've gone through, you know, a lot of their deck, well over half their deck, and it took them that to get a Bibarel, right? They have to play at least 2 because they have 2 Bidoofs. I mean, I guess they could play 2 Bidoofs and 1 Bibarel. I wouldn't, but doesn't mean someone else wouldn't do that. So they're going to hit into me, and then I just attach my energy and win the game, I believe. The fact that Giratina V hits through abilities or effects on your opponent's active Pokemon is helpful. Certainly, it's a nice option there to have. So I think I just win next turn. I believe that's where I'm at. But we will see what happens here. I doubt that. I mean, they could hard retreat, right? They attached the DTE. They could retreat, keep the 2 energies on the Giratina. All right, they're evolving. I believe they come up short though, right? They have to put the 2 energy in the lost zone. What's their lost zone situation? Just 2. So they're so with the Arceus build, you can't really get off the Star Requiem V-Star power. Right? They need 10. All right, they're judging me. No, that's okay. Judge, full face guard. Okay. They haven't gotten off their V-Star power, so they've been unable to bump my path. Maybe they don't play a stadium besides path, right? Some decks do that. We'll see. So what are they doing now? Okay, retreating, sending up Arceus. Well, they could set up either, right? I can't one-shot the V. Okay, and the single prizer obviously does not win me game. So he's at 150. His damage level, I'm not sure what it is. So it may be a turn to Skwovet Bibarel. We'll see. I have 2 bosses in deck. So far from a guarantee to hit, but may hit it. You know, my opponent just has not gotten things going, is what I'd say. So 2 judges. So what I do, 130. So I'm going to attach DTE to the active. I will. I'll put full face guard on my other Lechonk. Why not? I want a boss. If I get boss out of these 5 cards I see, I win. Okay, I already attached energy per turn, so I can't do that. So let's see. Give me a boss in these 4. It's game. No, not to be. I don't think I want to play boss. I don't think I want to play judge, right? I think judge just helps my opponent. So just attack down to 1 prize. So I'm still in a similar situation, though. I mean, I could gust up the Bibarel, but if I gust up the Giratina, I win also. So it doesn't matter too much. They're going to hit into me. I could Cheryl off the energy. That's an option. I don't know that I want to. I don't know. We'll see what they do. They're going to hit into me, I would imagine it. Now, I know they're in a tough energy spot, right? They have not been getting energy well. Let's see. They've struggled for energy this whole game. So 7 energies. I mean, they must have more DTEs, right? More than 2. Okay, so another DTE. So they're down to 160 damage to me. Playing Choice Belt just to thin. Or playing it wrongly. I don't know which it is. So this game has set up well. Oinkologne. So, you know, this Giratina V-Star matchup, it's actually Tanky. Arceus doesn't do enough damage to one-shot me. I could heal. They can heal too. All right, Judge. Probably increases the odds of my having boss for game this turn. Wow. This deck really just wants to keep feeding me these Judge. But I have Pokégear, so now I'm more... I think the odds are on my side to get boss, right? I see 7 cards with this, and then I could Skwovet and Bibarel. So let's see what happens. Just give me a boss. Doesn't matter. Yeah, these cards go on the bottom of my deck, right? So Cheryl could be useful, so I will put the Judge on the bottom of my deck, right? I don't want that. So, and if I hit a Cheryl instead, I will play that. Just kind of keep things going. Pal Pad, but what's in there? I don't have... no, I think my odds are best for hitting a boss if I don't want to shuffle the deck, right? Because the cards from my hand were on the bottom before. So, all right, hit the boss, have the game. So I will gust up the Giratina. I could do Bibarel also, it doesn't matter. And bam. Game over. So GG. Again, I had the coin toss. I hit heads. I could have attacked, but it didn't matter, right? Because it was the last knockout. So that, you know, there, Oinkologne really showed off. Oinkologne shone like a star in that game. I think this video is long enough, right? I don't think I want to jump into another game because it will get to be a very long video. Did very nicely, right? Did a lot of damage. Tanked quite nicely. And you can see Giratina, the V-Star that can do 280 damage. I know they never got it going, but that can do 280. And with Oinkologne and the V-Guard energy and the full face guard, right? I think that's the right term. Yeah, full face guard. I can't be one shot. So that's quite tanky when you can avoid Giratina V-Star from knocking you out. So my apologies to Oinkologne. I was a doubter, but honestly, it's been playing with the deck. It has been better than I expected, and certainly in this video, it proved itself to be a tanky beast. So give it a try. It's not the BDIF, but it's a solid play. Take care.